I'm gonna get back when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel like, when I feel get back when I feel like.
Sir Rob Kemming, wonderful to have you on the studio. Thank you for joining us. Just for the record, you're the first knighted man, Sir Rob, to be on the studio, so it's a great honour for me.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's a pleasure being interviewed by you.
Thanks, Rob. What are some of your first memories of cricket?
First memories of cricket goes back to Rhodesia, when I was at, which is now Zimbabwe, where I was playing cricket against a tree stump. And at break time, we would all come out there and throw a couple of, or shall we say, bowl a couple of balls to each other and bat until the 25 minutes of break is finished, and you go back inside. And that was my first memories of cricket. At the junior school, we would sometimes during the year ask prominent players like Colin Bland to come to the school. I don't know if you remember Colin Bland, one of the best fielders ever, and try and bowl him out. So that's how I progressed. Went to senior school, Hamilton, and I went to baseball and played baseball, and that's why I became a crossbat. So that's memories of cricket. I did that for about 3 years, and then I went into cricket, and I haven't stopped since then.
Right, so it was always a school focus, but when did you join your first club?
My first club actually was during school, because in the weekends you could join a club. It was Municipals in Bulawayo, so I played for them.
Yep, and what was the format? It was wearing whites and a red ball?
Yeah, whites, and you play over 2 weekends. Red ball, whites, and that. And I used to play people like Dennis Streak, I don't know if you remember him, and the father of the late Heath Streak. Quite a few of these, John Lewis from Warwickshire, all these guys.
Yeah, and it must have been a hugely passionate moment with all the communities getting together. Was cricket and rugby the two main sports that were played then?
Well, I played hockey. You have a winter sport and a summer sport. So the summer sport would be cricket, and the winter sport would be hockey. They tried me at rugby, but it wasn't my game. They put me in the scrum, obviously as a prop forward, but no, it wasn't my game. So.
But gentlemen play rugby as well, so...
Yes, I do. I'm a big rugby fan. I watch every game that I see on TV, but that's it, really.
Yeah. And now, obviously, you're such a key member of Dutch cricket and the Netherlands and living there. What year did you move to the Netherlands?
In 1979, we moved back from Rhodesia, or Zimbabwe. It was still Rhodesia, actually, by the way. From Zimbabwe to Rotterdam, and I played for Sparta Cricket. So I've been here ever since.
What was your first memory when you got to Sparta for the first time?
My first memory was I was late for practice, and we had a little youngster called Paul Mahone, who was the coach. And he said, "Rob, you're 5 minutes late. Put on your pads and run 4 laps." Now here is a 32-year-old being told by a little 17-year-old to run 4 laps. I said, "No ways, I'm not running 4 laps just because I'm 5 minutes late because I was in a traffic jam." So that was the end of my first team playing for Sparta. So they made me captain of a second team, and I brought all the youngsters up and saw the old ones come down. So that was basically.
Right. So you've never run 4 laps of the cricket ground with pads on since then?
No, I thought it was ridiculous.
That was the first opportunity, and you let that one go.
I let that one go, yeah.
Last year we had a sponsors or a VIP event with some cricketers playing at the first time here on the field, and they were wearing pads for the first time.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. And even to run one with the pads for the first time was difficult for them, and they were rolling around on the field. So I can understand how hard it is to run a long way in pads.
Yeah.
It's not something you want to do.
No, exactly.
But Sparta are a fantastic club, and how often are you involved with the club there now?
Well, it lessened when I sort of got found out by René van Eerschot, the old chairman of the KNCB, and I got more and more involved with KNCB duties, and I lessened my duties with Sparta. Although I still played veterans cricket for Sparta, my activities around Sparta became a lot less.
And I know you're a very famous man around the cricketing world because of all your participation in going on away tours with the Dutch national team. So you were managing the team, right?
That's right. First I travelled with as a board member, responsible for international cricket at the KNCB. Thereafter I became manager of a Dutch team for several years. Stopped that, and I went with David Dukes on ICC match referee sort of job. Actually, it was more a match manager. He would be the remote match referee, and I would report to him every day after any big game that happened.
Okay. Yeah, I hear a lot about David Jukes. He's such a well-respected man in the world of match referees.
Yeah, he's my mentor, and I suppose that comes to an end now that I'm stopping.
And now you're a mentor of the European Cricket Network and all of the umpires and the referees that you've come. I'm so grateful for your impact in the last 3 to 4 years. Before you, Rob, we didn't used to have referees at events. We used to have on-field umpires, and then those on-field umpires were under pressure of being on a stream. They were giving LBWs out of the middle of the bat. They were giving run-outs during dead balls. Man-cads were happening once and over. It was a real mess. So I sent out the SOS call to you to come and help, not only bring order to the matches that were being played, but also just to mentor and umpire or coach the umpires to make them better. And that's what you've done in an incredible way.
Well, I remember that telephone call we had for over an hour. Rob, improve the umpiring standards, which I hope I achieved that part. You'll notice around Europe now the umpires are good, of a reasonable level, and I went back to basics actually. And you know who taught me that? An Australian, Bob Simpson. I don't know if you remember him, a legend in your country. And he came over as a Dutch coach while I was there, and he said to players, go back to basics before you start playing all those funny shots. You know? So I adopted that to umpiring. So just get them back to basics and then work up there. And now that I'm stopping, it's like you've got to go to the next level of umpiring. And it's already started the process of getting it better and better, and that's what I like to see.
But you've been involved in thousands of T10 matches now on the European Cricket Network.
That's right, yeah.
But there's around 800 umpires that have come under your wing during that time. And you must just love to communicate and talk cricket, talk umpiring, and learn about umpires and try and get the best out of them, right?
That's right, yeah. That's we normally have a team meeting online beforehand. We get to know the umpires. But the strange thing is when you arrive on Monday morning at the grounds, you don't know what you're going to get. And there's a lot of umpires who know theoretically, but can't do it out there. So that's basically getting the gap from theory to practical.
Yeah, it's really not easy, and we've got match regulations which are being tweaked all the time because of T10 cricket and things that happen that we haven't seen before, and we try and make the game better and easier and faster. But the pressure the umpires are under here with a broadcast, with T10 cricket, where there's maybe 3 decisions to make on a single ball, is just an incredible opportunity for the umpires to get better.
Exactly.
But an incredible moment for the players to be playing with great umpires.
Yeah.
You know, as well. So everyone should become stronger and better. Well,
we've recruited Ian Ramage, who has been a top umpire in the European and international scene, and he's bringing new material to the current umpires and match referees. So that's the way forward.
And obviously you're a really important part of the inclusion of the 45-minute timer for T10 cricket, and it's on the TV and you can see the countdown clock. How do you think that's been reacted to by the players?
They watch it, they look at the clock, and we, here we have the big screen showing it, but at the ECS tournaments you don't see that.
Yeah, but it makes the communication between off-field, on-field and the captain just makes for a free-flowing game.
We tell them if they're running behind or running ahead, so it helps a lot.
And who are some of the most famous people in your WhatsApp chats, Rob?
Most famous people in my WhatsApp chat? There's several ex-Dutch players. I don't know what's that chap.
There's a West Indian in your...
Chris Gale. Yeah. Now, I met him in Zimbabwe in I think it was 2018. He was a sort of a playoff for a place in the World Cup, and I seem to have got on quite well with him.
But one thing that everywhere you go, Rob, with that smile of yours, is everyone falls in love with you and your passion for the game and your positivity and the way you embrace the sport, but you embrace human beings and people.
I've always been sort of background worker. You know, I don't come out front. You know, I'd rather sit at the back and do my work there. And
well, one place you do always come out in front though is with the coin toss. You know. Yeah. So now you've got your new blazer for this week, and this is a special week for you at the ECC, where you'll be the tournament referee for the last time. Yeah. But that won't be the end of what you do with us. You'll always be a part of what we do, and your impact to the umpiring community and the referee community in Europe has been absolutely second to none. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I hope to continue being associated with ECN.
Absolutely, yeah. Sir Rob, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart and from everyone involved in European cricket. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thanks again.